Hi everyone. So, a very good evening. This is our day 11 where we are going to learn about modern tools and framework. In which we are going to cover version control with Git and GitHub. Then we are going to learn about package managers, that is NPM and Yarn. Then we will discuss about front-end framework like React, Angular and Vue.js. So, let's start with Git first. Now we go with the basic topic of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now after that we are going to learn about Git. Okay, wait a minute. Introduction to Git. So the first question arises in your mind, what is Git? Okay, so Git is a type of computer software known as a version control system. It helps people keep track of changes made to their computer code or another text-based file over time. It's like a history book for your files, allowing you to see who made changes, what changes were made, and when they happened. And now question is why it is used. So basically Git is used to make working on project with other people much easier. It helps multiple people collaborate on the same files without accidentally overwriting each other's work. For example, if I am working on creating the structure of web page, on that time you are working on a form for the same website. So in teamwork we work together while using it, so it allows you to experiment with the new ideas without worrying about ruining what you have already done. Additionally, Git is a great for keeping backup and managing different version of your files, so you can always go back to a previous state if it is needed. Otherwise, you can continue moving forward. So that is Git. Now for installing Git, what you have to do, there is a official website. You can go there and download Git. So it is simple, like already Git is downloaded in my system, so you can download it from here. So choose the version of Git that matches your computer's operating system. Like some are using Windows, some are using Mac or Linux. So as per your window, you can download. So once the download is complete, open the download file the way you are doing for other and follow the installation instruction. And by default, you have to choose everything and you have to simply click on this install button. You don't need to do anything there. So after the installation is done, you have to verify that Git is installed in your system or not. For that, how can you verify that? I will tell you. Like it's already installed in my system, so that's why I'm not downloading it from here. If it is not installed, not downloaded or installed in your system, so you can follow the step. You can download first, and after downloading, you have to install that, and you have to check as well, like it's installed in your system or not. For checking, what you can do, you have to open CMD, that is command prompt. You can type CMD, then you will get this. And here you have to check the version of your Git. Then only you are able to come to know like Git is installed or not. So Git and then type version. Copy this code. I will provide in VS Code so that you can remember. Otherwise, you can note it in notebook so that you can remember about it. So here the Git version is 2.44.0 Windows.1. So in this way we can check like Git is already installed in our system. So now we have, after checking the version of Git, we have a GitHub also. So what is this GitHub? I will explain you. Let me open this GitHub. And 1 minute. If you don't have a GitHub account, so first of all you have to sign up. Then only, like in my system already I have a GitHub account. If in your case, if you don't have a GitHub account, so for that you have to do simple sign up. In sign up, they will ask you email and email, password and OTP. That the email that you provided, the OTP is sent on your mail and you have to put that OTP. Then you simply sign up with any username account. So once you sign up, like I already sign up with my own account, so I'm going to open that only. Okay, so this is a GitHub account. So first time when you created the interface look like this, so that you come to know. Now the question arises in your mind, are Git and GitHub same? So no, Git and GitHub are not the same, but they are related concepts. Git is the core technology that manages version control locally, whereas GitHub is a platform that makes it easy to store, share, and collaborate on Git repository over the internet. Other similar platform include like GitLab is also there, but here we are going to use GitHub, and I will explain you what exact it is and how we are going to use this platform GitHub. Now, uh, let's first talk about Git. Okay, so Git, what is Git? Think of it as a tool you can use on your computer to keep track of changes in your code. It helps you save different versions of your work and collaborate with others locally. And if we are talking about GitHub, the account that I saw right now, so GitHub is like a website. Here you can see, let me show you once again. So it is like a website where you can store your code and work with others. Let me show you my repository. Like when you click on your repository, here I have some project in which I work on. So this is my repo. Here you can store your work, even the work that you do with others in a teamwork also. So here you can store that. It's like a big online hub for sharing and collaborating on project. So while Git is a tool you use on your computer, whereas GitHub is the online platform where you store your code and collaborate with others. Okay. Now let's create a new repo. For example, you have to click on this profile and here you get a repository option. You have to click on it. When you click on it, this interface open in front of you. On the right hand side, you get an option of new. Okay. As initial you don't have any repository, so you are not able to see anything here. For example, in my case there are lots of repos front of me, but in your case it's showing no repository. So on that time also you get an option here. You don't need to, you have to ignore these all things, what all these things are. Now you have to just focus on here only. So here you get an option as a new, so you have to click on it. When you click on it, here you get an interface like that, create a new repository. Okay. So here I am going to give the name, repository name. For example, I have to store my this whole file, index.html, first JavaScript.js, all this file I have to store in GitHub. So in case if it is deleted from my computer, if my computer hangs or all the things goes away, so on that time I have security that I put my whole code on GitHub on that website. So from there I can easily clone it. Okay. So here I'm going to create a repository name. So for this project, what is the suitable name? Okay. We are going to put hmm, learning front end. Okay. Okay. Learning front end. Okay, fine. Now, here you get in two options, public and private. In public, like anyone on the internet can see this repository and they can also clone it. Like clone means they can copy your code in their own system. So here I want to choose public. If in your case, if you are making some private projects, so you can check on this circle mark. Now I want to choose public only. Now add a readme file. If you want to add, you can add it. Otherwise, leave it. Like we don't want to add a README file now. Now here simply you have to do create repository. What I do, I will repeat it again. Here I just give a repository name, whatever the name you want to give for your project. Then after that, I choose public option. In description, if you want to give any comment or any option for your project, you can give. It's optional. It's up to you. Okay. Then after that, simply I'm going to click on create repository with the name learning front end. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So learning front end repository is created. Here you can get the here you get the repo, but here now we don't have anything. Now for adding these all files, what we have to do? We have to open our terminal. Okay. So from here you can open your terminal. This triangle symbol, you can click on it. Then here you get an option for terminal. You have to click on it. Okay. After clicking on it, you have to write git in it. What is this git in it? Okay, I will tell you 1 minute. So git in it. Imagine you are starting a new project. You use this command to tell Git, hey, I want to keep track of the changes in this folder. For that purpose, we are using git in it. Let me click. Now you are initializing empty git. Now there is nothing. Okay. Now let me check. We want to add this file. So git status, when we do git status, we are getting inside HTML CSS this folder, what all file we have, we get the status of that. Let me check that. Git status. Okay. Okay, now you can see we have a first file, we have index.html, and then we have a styles.css. Basically, git status, think of this like asking Git what's going on. Then it tells you which file have been changed or added since the last time you checked. So here, what all file we added? First index.html, styles.css. In these three files we worked on. So it tells like last time you work on these files. Okay. Now we want to add this all file. So for adding this all file, what we are going to do? We are going to do git add space dot. So it will add all three files. This is like saying, hey Git, I want to save these changes. It adds all the change file to a list ready to be saved. For example, if you want to add only two files, first or index.html, in this case, you don't have to write git add space dot. What you have to do, you have to copy this file. For example, if you are going to add that file only in your GitHub, so for that you have to copy this and paste it here. So you can add the script.js file only. Okay, the particular file if you want to add, for that purpose you have to do like that. If you want to add these three files, for that simply what you can do git add space dot. So this is like saying, hey Git, I want to save these changes. So it adds all the change file to a list and ready to be saved. Okay. Now after doing this, you have to check whether a file is added or not. For that again, what we can do, we can check our status. So now it is in red color because till now it's not added to our GitHub repo. But after adding it, we have to check the status whether it is added or not. For that, what we can do, we can simply put git command as git status. Now we are getting this in green file. It means these all file are added. Okay. Now after doing this, we have to write a git commit. So when you are happy with your changes, like you can see, and want to save them officially, you commit them. So for committing them, you can use git commit. Git commit. Okay, hyphen m. So this hyphen m is for adding a message to describe what you change. Like sometime you change like fix a bug, or you can added a new feature. Okay, now this time we are adding all those files. So we are going to write a message, change, um, creating simply first changes. Okay, first changes. Whatever the message you want to write, you can write. It's up to you. So first changes, I'm going to give some messages the first changes. If you fix a bug, for example, when you add this all file, if you want to do something extra, on that time you have add a message. Like in this file, I changed this thing and I want to add in my GitHub repo. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now, after adding this, you have to write the branch name also in which you are working. For example, if you are working on a big project, you might want to work on a different part separately. A branch is like a separate copy of your project where you can make changes without affecting the main project. Here, let me show you something. Here we are working on main branch. Okay, grid branch hyphen m main branch. Okay, so I'm going to commit this only, and after copying this you have to paste it here. You can simply write by your own also, git branch hyphen m main branch. Okay, so like this also you can write, you can type by your own, no need to copy, because for practice purpose you have to write the git command by your own self only. Okay, so what this branch will tell, a branch is like a separate copy of your project, like where you can make changes without affecting the main project. So this command let you see what branches exist or create a new one. Now this is a main branch. When you visit on main branch, you have to add your repo URL in which branch you have to add. For example, here from here you get a repo URL. Here we want to put our project. This is a repo URL for our project. So the command that you are going to use, git remote add origin. Git remote add origin. Okay. Now here you have to put the repo URL. Okay, repo URL. I'm just giving the example. I am going to copy this URL and paste it here. Sorry. So here we have to paste our repo URL. Basically, this connect your local project to a place online like GitHub where you want to save your changes. So that's why we are going to give the URL. Here we want to save our changes. So let me copy the URL. This is the URL. You can copy this one also. If you want to copy this one, both are same. Copy anyone. So let me copy this, and instead of repo URL, I'm going to paste my repo URL here. Okay. So after pasting it, just click on enter. Now they understand the local project is now linked with a GitHub where you want to save your changes. Now after it, when you add your project uh, with this GitHub account, now what you have to do, you have to push your code. Git push. You have to use the command git push. So git push, when you are ready to share your changes with others or back them up online, you use this command. It send your save changes to the online places. Like here we are using GitHub. So other can see them or work on them too. Because our file is also public. So anyone can take a clone and work on that. So let me click on enter button after pushing my code. Okay. Git push set origin main. Okay. Let me put it here. Fail to push some refer to http github comil sc frontend. Okay, it is fail. Why it's fail? Let's check. Okay, we don't write this origin main where we create a branch with a main. So we have to post on a main branch only. So that's why we get this error. Let me copy this and post it on main branch. Then also we are getting some error. Okay. Why we are getting this error? Let me see. One minute. I'm checking why I'm getting this error. Okay, I have another email here. So you can do in your own system. It's working fine because I am using another email in this VS Code. That's why I'm getting this error for my personal repo. So you can check in your own. It's working fine. You can copy the same command and do by your own. It's working fine for you. You have to use the same command. I will give you the command as well. You can take a screenshot and try in your own system. I'm facing this error because here I'm using different email or password, not for my personal GitHub account. So that's why I'm getting this error. So you can copy this command or you can note it down and use in your system. And if in case if you face any doubt, then you can ask to me. In this way, you can create a repo here. Everything is working fine. Just due to the email or password, I'm facing this issue. No need to worry about that. You can do the same way. You will not face any error. No need to worry about that. I can expand this terminal so you can copy this uh, git command and try in your own system. If it will create any issue, then you can ask to me. I will give you the 2 minutes. You can copy this command. So in this way, what happened when you post your code, it will going to reflect here on your this GitHub account, okay, that you created. So if in case your project is deleted from your system locally, so you no need to worry about it because your system is saved on that online GitHub website. So from there you can take a clone and use that project again in any system. So that's why GitHub is very useful. And when you're working in team also, for example, if any of your friend lost, lost their system, lost anything, for example, lost the file and sometime a window corrupt, on that time you no need to worry about anything because you have some security that you put your code on GitHub and from there you can use it again by taking clone. Okay, it's fine. Hope you wrote it down. Now, after that, when you know how can we use Git and what is the uses of GitHub, it's easy for you to make a file and push the code on GitHub. And make sure like if you are not creating any account, please create an account in GitHub and try to do like take push do push the code, whatever the changes you are making every day you have to push on GitHub. So it is a best practice, or in the same way you have to do that. You have to do git init and then you have to git add and add the specific file if you have. And in initial, if you want to add whole file, for that you can do git add space dot. So in this case, you can add all those files that you've worked on. Now I'm going to talk about some package managers. That is NPM and Yarn. Now, what is package managers? After understanding what is Git and difference between Git and GitHub, both are different. If someone is asking Git and GitHub same, so no, Git and GitHub are not same, but they are related concept. Okay. Um, we learn about. Then after it, we are going to learn about package managers. Okay. that is npm and yarn. So package managers like npm. npm stand for Node Package Manager. What is Node Package Manager? And yarn. They are the tools used to manage dependencies in your project. They allow you to easily install, update, and remove libraries or packages that your project depend on. Suppose you are starting a new project, JavaScript project. Here, let me close this. We have a JavaScript module where we are studying about module. Let me close it down for a while. We have a modules in JavaScript. Let me open that. So we have our modules in JavaScript, okay? Suppose you are starting a new project, new JavaScript project, and you need to use external libraries. What are the external libraries like React or Lotus? Instead of manually downloading and managing this library, you can use npm or yarn to install them with a simple command. Which simple command we can use? We can use npm or yarn. For example, if we want react, okay, react library. So instead of externally, you have to, like, externally you don't have to download, manually you can download it. How? You have to open this terminal, and here you need some you need npm or yarn install in your system. For that, what you can do, you can directly write npm install react. You need this dependency, okay, and click enter. So what this command will do, this will download the react library and add it to your project dependency, and you can check here. You get a package log.json. Here you have a Here you have a React library, and it will add in your dependency as a package.log.json. Here you can see, you can get a version number also. So this will automatically download. So instead of that, you can use yarn, add, react as well. So both will do the same work. You can use any one of them. npm install react. Otherwise, you can use this command yarn, add, react. Both will work same. Here is the command npm install react, or you can use yarn react, okay. Yarn add react, both will work same, okay. So this will download the react library and add it to your project dependency. So whenever you want to use, you can simply use it in JavaScript file instead of downloading externally. So now I'm going to talk about, now you got it, what is npm or yarn, what it will do. If you want to do manually, if you want to add it in your project, so using this command, you can manually add it in your project, and you don't need to download it externally. Now we have a popular front-end framework like React, Angular, Vue.js. So these are the framework. The popular framework React, Angular, Vue.js. In React, we are using JSX. So it is a mixture of HTML, JavaScript, both. So if you are familiar with HTML, JavaScript, then it is an easy framework to learn. If you want to learn some framework after learning HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, I will suggest you will go with React, because it is easy for you to understand, because you have a knowledge about you have already knowledge about basic HTML or JavaScript, so it is easy for you to understand. So front-end framework are libraries or set of tools that help developers build user interfaces more efficiently and effectively. Like we have a React, Angular, and Vue.js. What we have, what all are the library that we have? we have a React, the number one, React. Then, 1 minute. Okay, we have a React, and then we have a after React, we have a Angular, and then we have a Vue.js. Okay, the popular three library we have. So React. First, we are talking about React. So React is developed by Facebook and it is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces with a component-based architecture. It is known for its simplicity, performance, and flexibility. For example, here inside index.html, CSS, JavaScript, what you are doing, if you have to create any tag, you have to use it again and again. But in React, it makes your work very easy. You don't need to write it again and again. You have to define only one component and you have to reuse that component in another file wherever it is needed. So that's why React is a popular and it is developed by Facebook, and React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces, and it is also known for its simplicity and flexibility. Now, next what we have an Angular. Angular developed and maintained by Google. Angular is a TypeScript based framework for building single page application that we call SPAS, and dynamic web apps. For example, in some web page you are seeing that if we click on anything, for example, if we want to go on any page, so on the time it will reload and open another site. But in Angular, it will reload on the same page and open that page in front of you. So that's why we call same single page application. Even React is also single page application. In that also we no need to navigate on another site. In the same page we get whatever we want. For example, if we want to go on about section, it will not navigate to another new file. It will open in that only. So it provides comprehensive solution with features like two-way data binding and dependency injection. In the same way, we have another library with the name Vue.js. This is created by Ivan Yu, and Vue.js is a progressive JavaScript framework for building interactive web interfaces. It's known for its simplicity and ease of integration and gentle learning curve. Like I will tell you the difference in three. Like I don't have much knowledge about Angular, but in React or Vue.js, what is the main difference? Both are single page application. Okay, React.js is also a single page application. It's a single page application, and Angular is also a single page application. But in React, we have to make the different component for writing JavaScript, for writing CSS, and for writing HTML and JavaScript we are using the same file, but for writing CSS we have to use a different file. But in Vue.js we have a one file only, and inside one file we are using the three things. For example, in template we have a template. Inside template we are using HTML code, and then we have a script. Inside script we are using a JavaScript, and then we have a style in one file only. We are not creating a separate file inside Vue. Then we have a style. Inside style we are creating a CSS. Okay, whatever the CSS we want to add on our template, that all thing we are going to write inside style tag. Okay, so this is the difference. This is the structure for Vue. Let me write it down. Vue.js. So I'm telling you this because after learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, if you want to learn any framework uh, among three, React, Angular, Vue.js, you can choose any one of them. These three are good and popular framework, and it is very easy. Like Vue.js or React.js is something like that. There you are going to use the code like HTML, CSS, or JavaScript only. The syntax is only going to change here. So you have to learn the syntax only. Inside Vue, I told you the syntax, how the syntax look like. In one file only we are going to create our HTML, JavaScript and CSS file. Inside template we are going to write our HTML, or inside script file we are going to write our JavaScript code, whatever the data we have to bind, computed property, all those things, all the logic thing will come under script R. Then we have a style where we apply CSS for the HTML structure that we give inside template tag. Okay, now you got my point, what I'm trying to say. So let's say you want to build a web application with dynamic user interfaces. You can choose one of this framework based on your project requirement and personal preference as well. For example, if you decide to use React, okay, you can start by installing it using npm or yarn, and then follow tutorial or documentation to build your application using React component. For example, if you want to make your project on React, for that you have to read the documentation, and in documentation first you get npx create React app. In this way you can create a file for React, npx create React app, and inside that you have to give your name of your file that you want to give. For example, if you are making a gym website, so gym website, like that you have to give any name, any project name or anything that you are going to create, and click enter. Now I'm not going to create because this is a file for JavaScript. Let me remove this, but in this way you can create a file for React, and you can read documentation so that you come to know why we are using npx and what is the main use cases of npm. So, in summarize, I want to say package manager like npm and yarn help manage dependencies in your project, while front-end framework like React, Angular, and Vue.js provide tools and library to build dynamic and interactive web application more efficiently. Okay. Hope you understand. And one more request, you just create your own GitHub account and try to apply this code that I told you today. Git init, git add, and add your one project here. After adding, let me know like you are successfully added or not. Okay. So with that, I'm overing this session here. And today, due to some issue, you are not going to get attendance link. So no need to worry about that. You will fill it on another day. Hope so you understand all those things, and it's my request that you will try this thing and let me know like it's working for you or not. And I know it's working for you, but you can try by your own, because in my case I'm getting issue because my email or password is not matches with the system, so you can try in your own.